In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a contact list or a label in Gmail. You can see right now I'm already in Google Contacts. If I go to my waffle, you can see in that list I went to my contacts, which is this round circle with a person in it. So once I went to my contacts, what I did was I made a label. Now, Google doesn't necessarily make groups. It does everything by labels. So if I go to create a label, I'll make a new one. And this one I'm going to just call Bake Sale. I can then go and make another one. I'll do this one. I'll call it, let's see, I'll call this one Store Group. Let's say I'm doing a school store or something. Okay, so there I have my two labels. Once I have them there, you will notice I can edit them. I have the pencil. Or, like, so in this case, let's say I'll just rename this one. We'll do Saturday Workers. So, or I could always delete them. Okay? So now that I have my labels, I'm going to talk a bit about how to add my contacts. So I have to have people in my contacts listing to do it. You can see I can select one, two, multiple people, then go up to my little label and add them. Okay? So once there you can see I have one person in that contact group. So I could go back and I could add more people to another group, another label if I wanted to. If someone isn't in my contacts, I can make them a contact to add them in. If someone's in the directory for the SU, I could go through and select their account. So let's say I'll add this one over here. So once selected, I'll decide which of the labels I want to add them to. You can see there's no function to add them, so I have to add them to my contacts. So once I do that, I can go back to my contacts. The new user's there, I can select them, and then I can add them to a label. So I can also do searches. So let's say there's someone I recently got an email to. You'll notice the same thing. I can only add them if they're from the universal group to the address book. So here's another example. I'll pull up someone I got an email from recently. I can go through, add them to the group. Notice that the other options, once I add them to the group, I can add the labels right from this message. So once I add them, they're good, they're in my list, and from any of those screens I can add them. So you notice that I have some people in my list. If I go to delete one of my labels, it'll ask me if I want to keep all my contacts or if I want to delete the contacts. Most cases you'll probably want to keep your contacts so you don't lose them from that list. I'll go through and I'll re-add some people. I'll add them to this other label there. It's my bake sale. Notice I have 3 people in it. So now if I go up to my waffle and I go to my Gmail, I'll show you how I can send an email to that label. So I'm going to go and compose a new message. Click out from that warning that came up for a second. And then if I do a search for bake sale under 2, you notice what it does is it will list all of the people in their addresses. So if I select on that group, they're all listed in there, and then I can compose and send my message. So it's that simple.